What is up, everybody? This is Cam Jennings coming at you on behalf of EpicConversions.com. Hope you guys are doing amazing out there. Just out for a little walk today. Wanted to talk to you guys about what I feel like is the worst time of year to sell anything, especially high ticket stuff. Now, this is just my opinion, but it is based off of my own personal experiences. So just keep that in mind. It's not based off of something I read or something I watched. It's just based off of my own personal experience over the years. And look, this opinion I'm going to give you, it might, some people might not like it. You guys might not like what I have to say. I don't really care. I'm just going to tell you what I think. So, in my experience, the end of January and the month of February, where we're at right now, well, we're just moving into March right now. The end of January, the month of February, the first part of March, it's some of the worst times of the year to sell a high ticket program. And I'll tell you why I believe that. The reason is because it's income tax season here in the United States. And a lot of people who don't usually have a lot of money, all of a sudden they got a few $1,000s from income tax returns, or whatever. And now they're looking, some of them are looking to spend some money, they feel like they got free money. They feel like they got some free money. So they're looking to invest in some kind of online thing. The problem is, a lot of these folks, they tend to look at like high ticket coaching programs or high ticket digital products. They tend to look at them like, Willy Wonka's golden ticket or something. They feel like they're gonna spend $1,000 on this, or a couple $1,000s on that, and they're gonna be given the access to the Golden Palace, and all of a sudden they're gonna make a bunch of money. But that's really the wrong mindset. It's not the right mindset, and to be frank, a lot of these people who buy because they just got they got an income tax return or whatever, they're not business people. They're just not business people. And what I have found is that in order for you to succeed in a sustainable way on the internet, you really need to have some business acumen, right? And what I mean by that is that whether you have any experience in business or not, that doesn't matter, but you're going to have to gain that business experience. You're going to have to grow smarter. You're going to have to grow more cunning, more clever at what you're trying to do. And you're also going to have to be willing to put in the work. Now, I will say this, that in the business opportunity market, and even a little bit in the business improvement market, but mostly in the business opportunity market, the sales pages and the copy that is used is generally pretty pie in the sky. It doesn't really, a lot of times it doesn't really give an accurate picture of what's going to be required to succeed using the methods that are being sold. Which is, unfortunate. And I think there's blame there. I think you can blame the vendor who wants to sell you a pie in the sky dream. Absolutely you can. And I think the way that you blame that person is to speak with your wallet and don't buy anything else from them. That's what I think you should do. Don't let them fool you over and over and over again. However, this is more to the point of this podcast. You have to take blame too. If you are looking at a sales page and something seems too good to be true, at the very least, you should email the product vendor and ask them your questions before you pull the trigger and buy that thing. At the very least. There's a mindset required to succeed in online business. And it's a mindset that I didn't have when I first got here. I mean, I had excitement, I was excited. And I remember when I first started making money, I was even more excited. But you know what I realized? That every time I was able to achieve a different level of income or change my result in a positive way, I always had to move in a way that was uncomfortable to do so. Like I could never achieve another level without moving through this area of discomfort, And that's as true now as it has been any other time, So, and I'm speaking to the income tax refunders right now who have a few $1,000 in their pocket and they're ready to buy something. Just ask yourself, are you ready to commit to something hardcore? Because there's a good chance if you have zero experience, you don't know what you're doing, not only are you going to have to commit to the thing you bought, but you're also probably going to have to commit to becoming better at marketing and business to actually make that thing work, right? I don't really believe in paint by number systems. I think that even paint by number systems have to be adjusted for each individual person, dependent on their own particular variables. That's my opinion on it. But now, more to the point, the people who I was making this podcast for to begin with, the people who want to sell things. Like I say, during this time of year, sell low ticket stuff. I mean, and look, I mean, there's nothing wrong with having high ticket stuff on the market, but I think you need to protect yourself this time of year especially. A couple ways you can do that are, number one, make sure you're using damaging admission copy on the sales page. What that means is making sure you're addressing the elephants in the room on your sales page, making sure that people understand, hey, you're going to have to be able to do this, this, and this once you get in here. If you're not willing to do any of that stuff, this ain't going to work for you, so don't join. And then the other thing I'd do to protect myself, if I were as you, is I'd be very clear about a no refund policy. Or if you're going to give a refund policy, I'd make sure that it's like, use this product for like 30 to 60 days before you're eligible for a refund. You must show proof that you've actually used this product. Something like that, like a really tight refund policy. So people can't just get in there, poke their noses around, and then decide this is going to be too much work and then ask for a refund, right? That's all that does, is it protects you against the shiny object buyer who just happens to have an extra couple $1,000 in their bank account, and that's why they're buying your thing right now. Nothing wrong with the shiny object buyer. Nothing wrong with those people. It's just that, again, it's a mindset issue. Some people are in the right mindset, some people aren't. If you usually have very little money in your pocket and you're living paycheck to paycheck all the time, and then all of a sudden someone hands you a couple extra $1,000, a lot of times people who are in the wrong mindset, they just want to burn that money as fast as possible. It's like the money's burning a hole in their pocket. They can't wait to get rid of it subconsciously. I don't know why. Probably just it makes them uncomfortable having it on a subconscious level. They're just not used to having that much money, and so they hurry up and get rid of it as fast as they can. Like, I don't even think they realize they're doing it. That on that deep of a level, I mean. They realize they're spending money, but they don't realize they're just getting rid of it as fast as possible. They don't realize they're doing that probably. But what I say is, if usually you don't have a lot of money and you come into a few $1,000s, what I suggest you doing is investing in some books, you know, reading them again and again and again, understanding exactly what you're trying to do. Invest your time, right? And you got to wonder how many people out there are investing money just because they have some money, but they haven't invested any of their time. You know, have you invested your time into reading every single day, trying to get better at online business and marketing? Have you read the greats? You know, have you read stuff by Ken McCarthy? Have you read stuff by Dan Kennedy? Have you read stuff by John Carlton? You know, I could name on and on and on. But if you haven't read any books by any of these greats, if you haven't mapped out something you could do, man, I don't know that you really have that much business buying something new, you know? That's just what I think, you know? I mean, me personally, I don't know. I don't usually leave high ticket stuff on the market all the time. I usually open it up at certain times of the year. And this time of year is not the time of year I do it. I like to do it the opposite time of the year. You know, I like to open it up at the time of year where nobody has money except the people who have money. That might sound bad, but it's just like I want to help everybody. Like I want to help people no matter where they're at with income. But I think different people require different things, you know. And I know where I was when I first got started online, and I know where I'm at now, and I know the kind of work I've had to do to move to that different level. So, you know, I don't know. That's just kind of what I think. Anyways, I don't know. I'm rambling. Hope you guys are doing well out there. I think this is kind of a rough time of year to sell high ticket stuff because people who don't usually have a lot of money have income tax returns and they're ready to buy stuff, and probably not necessarily the people who should be buying that stuff or who could really afford to buy that stuff. And it could definitely end in people refunding more often. It could end in people not getting results, not because your stuff's bad, but because they're just not ready for it. It wasn't for them to begin with. So anyways, that's kind of what I think. Hope you guys are doing well out there, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.